Alright everyone, this is Charlie Six Zulu back again with another almost went battle replay, gosh, I'm in the wrong mindset, with another episode of Hogwarts Legacy. I'm
Oh
sure I would get
dear.
more views off
I
another
shall get
battle
in trouble
replay.
for this.
But we got someone here who is complaining, so let's find out what they want. And how we can be mean to
Is
them.
everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day.
Oh,
But I must have
boo-hoo.
confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds a rather complicated way to simply avoid carrying your books.
Possibly. But where's the fun in simplicity? New charms and spells have to come from someone. Why not me? I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened a piece of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
A boo-hoo. Yeah, why is Amita snitch?
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
We all know Amit's a snitch. He knew it from day one. Giving us that telescope, he's gonna plant it. He's gonna frame us later for
I
sneaking out.
suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Probably shouldn't have said that last part. I kinda... Oh, I think I have to do it. I think I have to do it and see what I can do with the... Please say I can blackmail her for the diary.
I'm going to have to use that.
You're my second favorite hero!
Got it. Only 4 more to go.
Who's their second favorite hero? Oh, I don't know. I like how I can just start walking into the forbidden area. Ooh. One of these is nearby. Oh, they have to be quiet because it's a library. God, that's
Revelio.
actually clever. I've been liking the music this time around. Ooh, yes, you. You're more important. My dear. I see another book upstairs, so there's one down there. One upstairs. Let's get this token. Call me Deadeye. That's because I'm that good. Yeah. Never miss. Never missed. Just don't look back when I missed. Never missed. I'm certain I saw one.
Revelio.
There it is.
Accio.
2, 3. What? Alright, that's, I see 2 up there, 1 here.
This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her.
Today was a good day. That is until Gareth splashed splashed whatever ridiculous concoction he was creating all over my perfectly stewed lacewing flies. Had to empty my entire cauldron and start all over again. He is such a menace. Thinks he knows everything that is about to know about potions. Always disrupting Professor Sharp's class with his experiments. I'm utterly convinced that if he wasn't Professor Weasley's nephew, he would be expelled by now. Are our bath smokies again tonight for dinner? Becoming more partial to them now, although I still prefer meat pie. There we go. I became like really judgmental with her, but it's her diary. She can be judgmental, and I will sound judgmental.
Accio!
I'm glad this isn't disruptive. Or
I think Madame Kagawa's dagger.
alright, I think the last one should be over. Ooh, over here.
Revelio.
There it is. There it is. Found it.
Accio! That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida.
Cressida. I don't know why I thought Cassandra. God, I can't read. That's not dyslexia, that's just me not thinking. I don't read. Reading's for losers. Like if you agree.
Hello, Cressida.
Oh,
I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Unless you want your classmates to know how you really feel about them, you might reward me for my time.
Oh, you're not at all who I thought you to be.
yeah, I'm a dick. Nah, I'm just fucking with
I
you.
wouldn't do that to you, Cressida. Only trying to teach you to be a little more careful.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin.
Oh, the spells are in Latin. I hope
Thank
you are.
goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
I read it.
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
I did straight read it, let's be honest.
Why would I want...
Hello, my friend. I love his guitar play. I love the little Spanish guitar. It is beautiful. I believe this leads us outside. I do want to see this in wintertime. Yes. There we go. Seriously, just the ambiance of this place is amazing. Every time. Throws me off how amazing it looks. But we shall wait for our friend.
You're here. Brilliant.
Yeah, I've just been sitting on the floor for a few hours.
I received your owl. What happened with Ominous?
I told him none of us will be able to avoid dark magic forever. So the more we know about Salazar Slytherin and the dark arts, the better prepared we'll be. Unfortunately, only a Gaunt knows the location of the Scriptorium's entrance, and Ominous won't tell me.
Perhaps I should have a chat with Ominous.
You? I suppose it's worth a try. But don't get your hopes up. Ominous is annoyingly stubborn. Nothing new. I know where he is. I'll lead you to him and then leave you to it. Come on.
Go fast. I do want to change my gloves. Because I'm a fickle person. There we go. That's some good gloves. Nice leather gloves. Come on, lead me, buddy. think it's glitched because he's not leading me anywhere. Oh, fun. Well, technical difficulties. Woo.
He's this way.
Oh, you're gonna lead me now, huh? Huh, buddy? Huh? Yeah.
Keep an eye out. Never know who's watching. Although that hasn't stopped us before.
Strictly speaking, it has. We were caught.
Damned poltergeist. Such a nuisance.
Fair enough, we did get caught. I'm assuming it's night right now. Where are we going, friend? Can we speed up?
There he is. Good luck.
Alright.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Ominous. Do you have a moment?
What is it? What have you and Sebastian been up to now?
I owe you an apology, Ominous. I wasn't honest with you before about the Undercroft. Sebastian did show it to me. He wanted me to have a safe place to practice some spells, to try and catch up to the other fifth years. He didn't think you'd mind.
I suppose that makes sense. It's just Sebastian's been pestering me lately about something and I'm frustrated with him.
Don't tell me he's still going on about, what was it, a scriptorium?
He told you about that.
He did. We were talking about our house founder and he mentioned it. Wouldn't say much more, though.
Yes, well, he seems to think it contains the answer to saving Anne. I think it's likely full of dark magic that is better left untouched.
Wait, you've never been inside?
Of course not. I only know about it because of my favorite aunt, Noctua. She thought like I do. Didn't agree with the family on the use of dark magic. In fact, she'd hoped to convince my family that there was more to Salazar Slytherin than worshipping pureblood status. She'd heard of this scriptorium and thought its contents might shed some light on him. She even found the secret entrance in this very corridor. She wrote regularly to my father about her efforts to gain access, and then she simply vanished. No one else ever tried to enter.
Let's be honest, pureblood status means everything. It's a proud Slytherin. No, I'm just fucking with you. I like how they make everyone like one thing. They're known for one thing or another, and then they go, yeah, Slytherin, he's known for being a pureblood. You know, just because he's from the 1920s, and like all people, including Americans, he believes in eugenics.
That's a bit unnerving. I suppose even if it might lead to answers about what happened to your aunt, it does pose a risk.
Aunt Noctua went down this path with good intentions and lost her life. I don't want the same to happen again.
You don't know that history will repeat itself. Besides, you said your aunt thought like you. This could honor her memory, get you answers about Slytherin, and Sebastian answers for Anne. Your aunt pursued this alone. We could do it together.
I see what you've done here, and I confess, you've convinced me. I didn't think it possible. Very well. I shall tell you what I know. Fetch Sebastian, I'll wait. I hope we don't regret this.
Sebastian! Over here!
Confringo! These braziers grant access to the scriptorium.
Now you'll share? You wouldn't tell me when I practically begged.
It wasn't you who told me what I needed to hear. Opening the entrance has something to do with threes.
Ooh.
Well, 3 heads are better than 1.
Its 2 heads are better than 1.
And by that logic, 3 is better than 2. Simple mathematics, Ominous.
I'll tell you, 2 heads is actually a really bad idea, because if you disagree, then you're in a lot of trouble.
What are you trying to do?
Confringo!
No one around here is going to stand for that.
Confringo! Something's happening.
Got it
I
this
hope
time.
we're ready for this.
Oh yeah, completely ready.
Dark, ominous corridors. My favorite.
No comment.
Come on, that was a good one. Like a locked door. We may want to look around.
First off.
Reparo. The rubble formed a relief of a person facing a snake.
That must be the voice I hear.
Oh, I did just realize something. 4. What do I need him for? That I don't have. You, light. And then I wanted these 3 down here. Put a light here. So I guess I'll put repairing here too. Alright, the aunt. I must prove my point. We do not need to use the dark arts as my family instructs. When I reach the scriptorium, I will find evidence that there's more to Salazar Slytherin than we realize. I've written to my brother. He now knows how I access the corridor's entrance, and that there's no straight path to reach the scriptorium. It's a maze filled with many challenges to solve. Fuck me. I hope that my brother will follow my lead and we can study our ancestors' legacy together. Noctua Gaunt.
The journal entry. Signed by Noctua Gaunt.
Gaunt? Ominous. Your family was here.
I know. She was my aunt.
You knew? And didn't tell me?
Ominous. The journal mentions many challenges ahead.
That's why I said this could be dangerous. Aunt Noctua kept my father informed until she vanished.
Yeah,
You hear
I
a
hate
voice.
mazes.
It started when you repaired that relief. I hear a whisper saying, "Speak to me." I'm a parcel mouth. I can hear and speak to snakes. Nearly all known parcel mouths are descended from Salazar Slytherin.
I wish all Slytherins could talk to snakes.
You might not want the ability to speak parcel tongue. It's often associated with dark wizards. I haven't spoken it in ages, but I'd wager if I speak it now, the door will open. I'm hoping you're having second thoughts.
No. Emma's a sweet girl.
I see no reason we should stop now.
It's ironic. When I left home, I vowed to leave the dark arts behind, and yet here I am. Stand back. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Lumos.
It worked! Ominous. You possess a rare ability indeed.
Between the two of you, I'm starting to feel left out.
Between the two of us,
Never mind. There's no clear way forward.
like a maze. Salazar Slytherin most likely wanted this to be difficult to solve.
The door we came from, it closed. And there's more than one gate ahead.
Then look closely at each gate for clues.
Confringo!
The dial requires focus.
Aunt Noctua said the same. It may take practice to solve it. That didn't sound good.
Salazar Slytherin didn't make this easy.
Interesting, interesting. But we don't know what the answer is to that one, so we can't unlock it yet. That's what
Lumos.
many challenges meant. Oh boy.
Confringo!
Oh boy,
Lumos.
man. 2 of 5. Salazar Slytherin buried this scriptorium deep within Hogwarts. I'm afraid I shall lose my way around these dark corridors. I am a descendant, and yet I feel unwelcome. Lighting these braziers in the corridor is helping. I shan't lose heart. Challenge by challenge, I will make my way through.
This journal entry, it mentions getting lost and being unwelcome.
Poor Aunt Noctua.
Has to be a hint somewhere. Has to be a hint, but where is the hint? Ah. That's the case. Okay. Moon snake. Snake down here.
Matching the symbols did open it.
Lumos. Do that myself. But you got to it first. Nice work.
Not yet. Not yet, because I don't know where it leads. So that opens that one. This one is... looks like bull. Oh, God. Bull and weird D. 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 Bull and weird D.
Another gate.
Slytherin like to play games.
Must run in the family.
Weird D. Weird D.
Look in a mirror, Sebastian.
Ooh, I do not like this. Oh, it is
That
creepy
sounded
sounding.
promising.
Another dial solved.
Impressive. Nice work.
That's 4 or 5.
We've got more to solve ahead.
Search
good.
each corridor. It may not be obvious which leads where.
Alright, so... fish. Fish and triangle, 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 fish and triangle. Fish triangle, fish triangle, fish triangle.
Confringo!
Fish triangle.
Not the welcoming sort, was he?
Triangle, 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 triangle.
Not sure what I did to deserve that. Excellent work. We're another step closer to the scriptorium.
Alright, note 3. I failed the dial and struck my face, as if it were a real serpent, but I must find a way forward for my family's sake. We should not require children to conform to old traditions. The scriptorium must have proof that there's more to our legacy than meets the eye. Noctua Gaunt.
Ominous. Your aunt wanted to change your family's traditions.
Lumos!
She did, and she was my favorite person in the world for it.
I spotted something ahead. Looks troubling.
This whole place is troubling, but for my aunt's sake, we cannot stop now.
We're at a 5. Extraordinary! This journey is painful but rewarding. I shall soon find the scriptorium and discover untold secrets regarding our house's founder. Salazar Slytherin intended more than what we've become. I know it.
Noctua references painful and arduous challenges, but also rewards.
Painful.
Lumos!
The part I'm wary of.
Confringo! All I heard was rewards. Keep going.
Oh, I do not like this.
The gate! I think we're locked in. Again.
Then Salazar Slytherin is not yet finished with us.
5. I've lost hope. I'm locked in. I heard a scream and saw the tortured faces. The only way forward is with an unforgivable curse. Even if I wanted to cast it, I have no one upon whom to do so. Salazar Slytherin created a malicious challenge indeed. In my last correspondence to my brother, I've invited him here. Now if he looks for me alone, I'll lead him to his death. Despite our differences, I wish him no ill. I wish we had parted on better terms.
Ominous. A skeleton. And Noctua's last journal entry. She mentions being trapped here, blocked by an unforgivable curse.
This is where she died. This is where we'll die. I shouldn't have listened to either of you.
Ominous, I'm truly sorry about your aunt. But I know what to do. It's going to be difficult.
You said you know what to do.
Tortured faces on the door, and Crucio is etched into the stone. My guess is if we cast the Cruciatus curse, the door will open. That's why Noctua died. She had no one to cast the curse on. Ominous has the most experience with this. He should cast it. You seem to be in Ominous's favor. Will you ask him about this?
He does seem a bit cross with you. I'll speak with him.
Good. Work your magic, so to speak. Wish we had some liquid luck.
All of this could have been avoided.
Ominous. I hadn't imagined we'd end up trapped like this.
Salazar Slytherin did. He's to blame for many unimaginable things. I overheard you and Sebastian, and I won't do it. The Cruciatus curse is pure torture. I would know.
Sebastian told me a little of what happened when you were young. Sounds as if you had no choice.
Should have known he would have told you. And one always has a choice. I'm as guilty as the worst of my family. Unforgivable curses won't work unless you really mean them. I had to want to cause pain, and for that I shall never forgive myself. That spells the reason I have no family left. You and Sebastian will need to sort out another solution. If you cast Crucio, you will regret it forever.
No, I won't. I want it really bad.
What do we do now? Ominous is not going to cast the Cruciatus curse again.
Ridiculous. As if dying in here is a better option than casting a damned spell. It's up to us. I can teach you Crucio, or I can cast it on you.
Wait, you didn't say you knew how to cast Crucio?
Because I'm not sure I do. Ominous knows that, yet he's left us no choice. I don't yearn to follow in Noctua Gaunt's footsteps. I think I can cast it if I have to.
I want to learn the curse, but I won't cast it on you. You need to cast it on me.
I shan't forget this.
It's like a taser. Thank you for teaching me the curse.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Crucio!
Are you alright?
Bit of lag, but hey.
Are you all right?
That pain, it was excruciating. But I'll survive. Let's keep moving.
We made it. We found Salazar Slytherin's scriptorium.
I can't believe we're here.
Oh, I like how it gave you the pain. But yeah, yeah, just immediately throw this into my arsenal. Let's put that... Let's have it in 2, and keep Leviosa on 1.
Sebastian, Ominous. There's a book just here.
You found something.
You two go ahead. Let me know what's in it. I'll wander around a bit.
May I have a look?
Revelio.
Go fast. Salazar Slytherin's Scriptorium, a secret and well-protected room beneath Hogwarts where Salazar Slytherin appears to have spent time making various long-term plans with respect to the student population, and reflecting on disagreements he had with the other founders.
Revelio.
Oh, that booze can't be good. Good thing I don't have a face mask. I fear we shall never come to an accord. I cannot persuade even one of them to listen to reason. I had dared hope that Godric's thoughts were aligned with my own, that he understood why the caliber of student needed to be exceptional. But he has fallen prey to the ridiculous notion that Muggle-born are somehow as capable as purebloods. He was furious when I expressed my displeasure at his thoughts on the matter. Thoughts he had not yet put voice to. I tire of the discord and can no longer bear witness to the corridors full of inept children masquerading as witches and wizards. It is with a heavy heart that I must go from here. I shall place the creature into a deep sleep in its chamber, until it can be awakened by one who shares my views, a descendant willing to reverse the damage that the others have so carelessly wrought, one who shall rid the school of those unworthy of Hogwarts that would serve only to stain my legacy. Sounds like a nice guy.
What do you think?
Looks like a spellbook of some kind. This is incredible. A Hogwarts founder's possession. What an honor. Still can't believe Ominous never told me about his aunt and what she found.
What will you do with Slytherin's spellbook?
What I do with every book. Read it. Having professors as parents ingrained that habit early on. But I can do that later. For now, I say we explore this room. It's breathtaking.
I've been getting an uneasy feeling about this place. We couldn't linger here. Let's find a way out, please.
I don't want to leave, but I owe you. Both of you. Without both of you, we'd never have made it this far.
We were lucky. We could have died. We must swear never to do this again.
Revelio.
I see a way out.
Best news I've heard all day.
I see a way out as I leave.
Ominous. About your aunt.
Please, Sebastian. I meant what I said before. We swear, right now, never to engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
Understood. I'm truly sorry about your aunt, Ominous.
Well, I didn't swear.
I suppose after all this, I am grateful to know what happened to her. Thank you.
Well, I didn't swear. And now we have a fun spell. I am going to put it in my main list, and I'll put Leviosa down here. Let's put it with Wingardium Leviosa. There we go, the two Leviosas. We gotta go hunt something now. Come on. Well, this is a main quest. Hopefully we get something good. I need to cast some spells. Oh, and on top of that, talents. Then I'll grab that one next. First we expand the curses so it does more damage. Oh, that is far away.
Protego!
Let's see where I need to go. That's far afield. Alright. Into the forest, because I know we'll fight some stuff. We got a dark curse. We got a curse, boys. Yes. Yes. Oh, it's this place. Yeah, that's right. On. Crucio. Obviously the death curse. Ah, and the puppet one, Imperial. Alright. Let's find something to hunt. Real fast. A Merlin trial, because I'm never going to this Forbidden Forest
Could
again.
it be a Merlin trial?
Let's find out if it's easy. Okay, 1.
Revelio.
2. Where is 3? I know 3 is smaller. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay.
Confringo! Revelio.
Need to start over. I need to properly see this one. Okay. Ah, that's why the...
Confringo.
There we go. 1, 2, 3.
Not so tricky after all, Merlin.
No, you're not. I heard. I'll tell you, that last dungeon, I was hearing the whispers from the warp. And I need to test out my new powers granted to me by the Changer of Fate. The Changer of Ways. He's changed my fate. I shall repay him. He has.
Stop right there! Alright, make you stop!
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Confringo.
What does Crucio do? Okay. Yeah. Also curse the victim. The cursed victim takes extra damage. Yep.
I'm just warming up.
You will pay for that. What have you done? I see you. Nobody will miss Crucio.
Confringo. Levioso.
I hope you enjoy. That felt good. I'll be honest with you, that felt really good. Oh, how wonderful. How absolutely wonderful. I'm maxed on Wigamo potions. How absolutely glorious. Yes. Give me more. More to hunt. Oh, yes.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Not as much as I enjoy this.
I've been studying Salazar Slytherin's spellbook. Meet me in the Undercroft. I found something.
Good. That'll be next episode. Oh, I hope we learn something new. Oh, I hope we do. Let's go, Poppy. Oh, yes. More foes. More to hunt.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus. You will pay for your deeds. Confringo.
Fucker!
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Will you hold the pulsar? The knife is gone! That's it. What are you going to do? Confringo. You made a grave mistake, Crucio.
I want you to know that this is personal.
Shame nobody saw that.
So worth it to take the scenic route instead of flying. Oh, I don't know if I'll tire of this spell. A stun and extra damage. Oh. And it spreads. Wildfire. Now let's not get distracted by that. Let's go meet this Penny. See what she has to say. Miss Poppy. It is a lot of fun, I gotta say. I can't wait for the other ones. Oh.
Is Highwing alright? Natty told me what the two of you did.
Oh my gosh, I was just sitting here. Why'd you just have to stand on me?
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight?
Yeah.
Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horndale Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not.
Nope.
Why? What is it?
The poacher's best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making, at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poachers spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Deal.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of this.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
I have a spell I can teach you.
This way.
Fire and Device.
A centaur. Tread carefully.
Yeah, I passed through them earlier today. They watched me, like, flay some poachers.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
I'm Poppy,
He was
lead the
certainly
way.
a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But
No
why
one's-
would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious.
No one's really a fan of wizard kind, it seems. Not even wizard kind. Must be a bunch of stuck-up pricks. I know we've chosen the right side.
That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water.
Probably is. Actually in the water.
This is odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted flinging rocks.
Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left?
Still warm.
Still smoking. They can't have been gone long. Pelts. Poor beasts.
Actually, hold on, that one actually would make a fine coat. One I've got. Thank you for the gold. I like that casual uniform.
Revelio.
There it is.
This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
Anything interesting?
I was really hoping I'd get attacked for doing that.
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a good feeling about this.
Go, puppy.
How do goblin and poacher interests align?
They both hate wizards.
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
The Ministry ought to loosen the reins on the dark arts. No better protection, if you ask me.
I agree, my friend. And that is why you get this.
Heal
Merlin, you'd think they were guarding the Minister for Magic himself. What is going on here?
Only one way to find out.
Alright, F3 and repair. I did destroy the bridge myself, so let's just fix that. I did cause the problem, might as well fix it. Thank you. Let's enter.
What in Merlin's name?
Are those dragons?
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now, and the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being on the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted.
Oh, if I wasn't being hunted by the poachers, I would for sure. Oh my god, this looks like a lot of fun.
That's brilliant.
Don't know what Victor was thinking, stroking a bar.
Well, boys and girls, this is where we're gonna end it tonight. The dragon fighting ring. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is beautiful. But let's get a bit quieter. Guys, it is time for me to sign off. I do hope you enjoyed, and oh my gosh, dragon fighting ring. I want to hunt some dragons now. See ya. See you around.